You are one of the top problem sleuths in the city. Solicitations for your service are numerous in quantity. Compensation, adequate. It is a balmy summer evening. You are feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. What will you do? Quickly retrieve arms from safe. You've already got arms, numbnuts! Retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued. You are quite positive there's never been a gun in your office, and never will be. Frankly, the notion strikes you as reckless and foolhardy. Break through glass with fist to unlock door. You don't know why you are assuming the door will be locked. You don't usually keep the door to your office locked. Nonetheless, a guy this hard-boiled doesn't go messing around with totally unmanly things like knobs. You send your meaty fist glassward. Thud. It seems there was never a glass element to the door. It was just a piece of paper taped to it. Take the piece of paper. The piece of paper was added to your inventory. Manhandle the doorknob. There are dames to be rescued. The door's locked. Funny, you don't remember locking it. Call the royal locksmith. The most plainly obvious course of action is to call a locksmith. You examine the phone. While it appears to be hooked up to an active phone line, the rotary dial and receiver cord are both missing. You won't be talking to anyone on this phone. Check pockets and desk drawers for phone parts. Unfortunately, your desk has no drawers, since it is a board resting on some cinder blocks with faux wood panel siding. Your pocket, however, yields bountiful returns. You found some candy corn. Get key. You pick up the gun. The grip is cold against your palm. This is your only friend in the world right now. It's gonna be a long night. Next, store candy corn in safe. Thinking the precious cargo may not be secure in your pocket, you explore alternatives. But you don't know the combination to the safe. You figure it's probably hidden somewhere in your office. Check the other side of the paper. You have decided to examine piece of paper. Next. Eureka! You discovered a sequence of numerals. Open safe. You will use sequence of numerals on the safe. Next. The safe doesn't seem to work. It appears to be a replica of a safe's facade, concealing something beneath it on the wall. Next. There is a painting of a clown under the safe cover. Look under the fake wood paneling of the desk. There is a flask of whiskey under the desk. Get ye flask. You pick up the flask of whiskey. Drink the whiskey and remember the good old days. How do you expect to drink from the flask of whiskey when it's not in your jacket pocket? Exchange gun for whiskey, then drink. You swap the key for the flask of whiskey, then wield it accordingly. Ow! You topple backwards onto your desk. Use the key on the door and open it. You re-equip your gun so you can blow a hole in the lock to open the door. It looks like your gun only has one bullet left. Are you sure you want to use it in this way? You might need it in case you have to off yourself later. Check what is taped to the bottom of the phone. As you stoop to look at the bottom of the phone, your finger slips and you blow the lock off the door. Never mind. What's under the phone? It is a business card for Busts R Us. Probably a brothel, considering the lame double entendre slogan and the phone number, which, if turned upside down, spells boobies. Take card. You put the Busts R Us card in your inventory. You also put the phone upright and back on its hook to make sure you don't miss any important calls from would-be clients. Walk out of the room through the now unlocked door. The door still will not open. It appears that it was never locked in the first place. Something must be obstructing its path. Look through newly made hole in the door. No wonder the door won't open. Blocking it is an enormous and magnificent bust of Ben Stiller in his role as Starsky in the 2004 Retromania comedy remake of Starsky and Hutch. Lying on the floor appears to be an unfortunate bystander, an employee of Busts R Us. He was polishing the bust right in front of your door for some reason. Take the bust's sunglasses. You can't reach them! In any case, they're probably just a part of the statue, and not actual sunglasses. You spend the next half hour trying to reach them. Take a closer look at the mysterious clown picture. The painting is exquisite. There's something funny about his eyes, though. Light seems to be shining through from the other side. Look through the eyes of the clown. It's too bright in this room to see anything in there. You think you hear a voice, though. You can't tell what it's saying. Throw a cinder block at the door. You're just so angry about not being able to reach those sunglasses, you're about to lose it. You first consolidate all the scrapped wood into a neat pile, then hoist the block towards the door. Next. It sounds like something was knocked loose on the other side. Peer out the window to see what floor you're on. You face east in the room to look out the window. Bright daylight floods the room through the glass. You've always been a stickler for natural light. This is the only source of light in the room. What makes this particularly strange is the fact that it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Take a look outside. It's the view from your third-floor office. You gaze abstractly at the commotion below. Same scene, same faces every day. It's like it hardly ever changes. Not that you can afford to pay much attention to scenery with your mind wrapped around the latest problem to sleuth, and your lips around your flask. Ask the movers with the moving van to remove Starsky's statue. You shout toward the moving truck, hoping someone might be willing to bust your problem, so to speak. You do your best pantomime of Ben Stiller as a Starsky statue, but it doesn't seem like anyone can see or hear you. Throw cinder block at window, thereby discovering it's fake. You think you have a pretty good idea about how your office works by now. Acting upon this hunch, you hoist another cinder block glassward. Look,